All right, welcome everyone to the Sun Valley Nominations and Elections Committee meeting here on Monday, October 27th via Zoom. We have everyone here. The entire committee is here. So welcome. We'll go ahead and get started then. I would like to approve the minutes from September 3rd, 25. That was a special meeting.
Those actually are in there, but so I looked at that and I looked at what's been posted. We can approve them, but they're already posted.
Okay.
It's minutes for 9/8 special meeting that we haven't approved and posted yet.
Okay, I could be getting my calendar mixed up.
And on 9/3, there was
Yeah,
no agenda posted, but we had a meeting, so there's minutes to it.
okay. So
Anyhow,
help
so
me out.
we should
What?
approve, if we just, approve the minutes for 9/3 and the minutes for 9/8.
Okay. Is there any change? Anybody have any changes or comments about those minutes from 9/3 and 9/8?
Nope.
Well, not if they're posted.
Okay. So let's just go ahead and approve those via acclamation. The agenda, I know Joe Jean's got one. So I'd like to approve the agenda for tonight.
I'll second that.
Okay, no changes? Additions? Okay, so via acclamation, we will approve the agenda. Spencer, is there any members with us tonight?
It doesn't look like it. It's just us.
Okay. Let us know if anybody else does jump on. So old business is let's talk about the AGM on Saturday and our tasks. We have 2 volunteers to assist in the counting room. So that would be 2 people at this point that would be available to open envelopes.
You have them now?
We do. We have Gail Chiarillos that would like to help. And Liz John Toss wants to help. We need one more envelope opener, and I see that there was some contact to Grace Schaffner to see if she wanted to help, and I haven't seen a response yet.
I'll have Lish get a hold of her.
Pardon me?
I'll have Lish get a hold of her and twist her arm.
Do you have
Okay.
a couple of people aren't there supposed to be a couple observers?
We need 2 more observers, Michael. And I will be beating the bushes for that a little bit, but we still have a few more days. Well, we do need observers. In terms of our committee, going back to what we talked about earlier in the year in terms of roles. So Michael, still really needs you to be over there with Catherine, with people obtaining replacement ballot or obtaining ballots to vote on up until 12:30.
All right.
That's you do great at that. I appreciate if you'd be willing to do that. Joe Jean, you got you're kind of sore. So I was thinking, what if you were to sit out? There'll be a small table next to where Catherine and Michael are sitting out in that area in the rec center. That's going to be a staff member that if somebody is not in good standing, it gives them the opportunity to become a member in good standing. And we typically have a committee member there as well. And that's kind of a nice sitting thing for you.
Well, I had my ultrasound this morning and I can walk even less today than I could yesterday. So any place sitting down would be a good place for me.
So we'll have sitting spots for you. Dawn, if you could be in the counting room assisting, I mean, sometimes there'll be questions that when Catherine's out there with Michael, sometimes Andrew quickly wants to ask her
Yeah,
something.
and
We
yeah,
have
gotcha.
runners.
I'll be the
I'll be in-
go-between.
Yeah, I'll be in the counting room, just kind of representing the committee, and if anything's needed. In terms of upstairs, once the AGM gets close to starting, what I was thinking, and Joe Jean, if your legs are sore, here's what I was thinking. So it would be good to have one of the members of the committee up there welcoming people in and getting them to sign in. We need 50 property owners for a quorum.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna just ask you how many we needed.
We need 50, 50. Last year, the parliamentarian, I don't know if you guys remember this, but the parliamentarian last year strongly urged us to have staff, when people signed in, to determine if they were members in good standing, and they gave them like a card or something. The reason why is technically there could be votes from the floor, and I'm not talking about ballot votes. I'm talking about somebody could move. I move that the time that people could speak pro or con to a measure be changed from 3 minutes to 10 minutes per person. And then that would take a vote from the floor, but you have to be member in good standing to do that. We had never done that. I mean, Michael, I don't know if you'd ever heard of that before. You've been on the committee longer than me.
I've
But
never seen that happen.
that parliamentarian was in a car accident. He wasn't able to help us this year. We're using somebody who's helped us in the past, Mr. Berg, Berg.
Yeah. So we're not going to have a master list up there checking people's dues, right?
No, we're not.
No.
So
Yeah,
last
okay.
year, I mean, they had a printout, and I'm not hearing anything about it. So I think we'll just go back to someone could welcome people. We just want to make sure we got 50 people. So in our roles and responsibilities, Don, we asked you to have a ballot box so that if anybody was voting their ballot from the floor,
Yeah, I'll do that.
you could do that. Michael, I was thinking you could stay down with me, because staff will be down there getting the official results from Unilect, and then they load that onto that PowerPoint file, which gets taken upstairs. If you could be down there with me, because I think we need 2 members of the committee to observe that process, because what comes from Unilect gets put on that file. We want to make sure it's accurate.
And then but 2 of us have to be there to yay or nay any that were thrown out.
Yes, yes. So Dawn, if you and I were in that counting room during that period, there will be times there was at least twice last year where Andrew asked us.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So yeah. Michael, you're so good at knowing the procedures that if somebody's I'll just put it this way, if they have questions, you can help them with the manual and our rules and our bylaws and whatnot.
Okay.
There was somebody who was very upset last year because they came in at 12:40 and wanted to drop off a ballot, but the polls were closed, and I was able to help them understand that. But there's just people coming up that would be good to answer questions. I have an email into staff asking them to set up a walkthrough meeting, because Michael Bennett hasn't been at one of the AGMs, and I just want to make sure he understands where that NNE has oversight, but that we need staff's help. Like, for example, Kyle will load the PowerPoint file and take it upstairs so the results can be seen by everybody. We definitely need somebody from accounting there to help people become members in good standing.
Is our new GM going to be there?
I don't know. I'm
The
not
guy
sure what's
Gil,
that.
the guy Gil usually comes.
Yeah, yeah. Um, am I missing anything, you guys? I don't think so. I think we've got that.
I think it pretty much it sounds covered.
And I think if we get to the counting room at 9 o'clock, I'm gonna ask, that's the other thing, I'm gonna ask staff to make sure they have plenty of coffee, and be nice to have a few refreshments for the volunteers, and
Oh, yeah.
so knowing Gail, well, I don't want to publicly put her on the spot, but Gail said she wanted to do something to contribute to that. So anyway, um, anything else on the AGM roles, tasks, anything like, anybody have anything else to add?
Nope.
Okay, candidate forums. I really would love for us to kind of debrief on what we thought went well with the forums and the meet and greet. Where are there opportunities for improvement next year?
So refreshments for volunteers is key.
Yeah. Anybody, what do you think went well, or where are there opportunities for improvement?
Well, I was at one candidate forum, the first one, and I remember it going off pretty well. It was fairly well attended. And I mean, what can go wrong? They ask the questions, answer the questions, and so yeah. And yesterday's candidate meet and greet, I thought was pretty, in spite of the sparse crowd, it was successful.
Yeah, at the end, I didn't think there were that many people there, but people were sitting down, talking to some of the candidates and getting, a decision of who they're going to vote for. So I thought last night was pretty good, especially closer to the end, because there were more people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Michael?
engagement with the candidates was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so too. Michael,
There were a number of people, one or two. I remember the one guy that got there thought it was stupid. He wanted to ask questions.
yeah,
But I did see a couple other comments on Facebook, and in talking with a couple other people, they said that they wish there was more opportunity to talk rather than just one meet and greet. That one session of canned questions is enough, and then they get the next 2 weeks to meet and greet.
that's good feedback.
Because that gives them it's more laid back, gives them opportunity to actually ask the questions that they want to ask, they feel included, and it might draw more people up to talk. If they say, well, they're really going to let you talk.
Yeah,
One year there was a meet and greet. I don't remember if it was official or not, but it happened at El Agave afterwards.
Yeah,
And
that was a good
that
one.
was really nice. It was very casual, people
Yeah.
just milling
And there were
around.
a lot of people there.
And there was a lot of people there. And I don't know if that was an official one or not, but it happened. And
Well, it wasn't, but yeah, it worked great.
yeah,
so that's good feedback. Is maybe one at say El Agave, because it's central, it's in the valley, and then yeah, I never thought of that, two meet and greets instead of a forum. I think that I got really good feedback from Jo Jean on the second one, where she said you don't need to repeat the question to each candidate. Maybe that felt more like a game show than it did I wanted to be clear.
maybe don't repeat them unless the candidate might, if they're at the
Yeah.
end of the line, they might ask you to repeat the question.
Yeah.
They
Maybe
had the
that's the way to
question
do it.
sitting there in front of them on a piece of paper.
Well, that's true. So
Yeah, that's
anyway.
true. And they each got the set of questions at least 7 days before the forum, so that they could think about it.
Yeah.
I thought about that, like, well, do we want to give them questions that they already know what the question is, but I just felt like this shouldn't have been a gotcha thing. It should be thought out that people could share what their thoughts are. I think the committee did a good job of the topics were varied. I don't know if you guys noticed, but at the second form, I added the Kiowa question because we ended a little early. There was time for another question, and I thought, that's a pretty pressing thing, and it's coming, you know. So I wanted to give them a chance to address that.
You know, I wonder if addressing your issue of maybe more than one meet and greet is if at least one of the forums could be tightened up, and then after that, just everybody just mingle and talk
Yeah,
at the forum while everybody's still there.
yeah, that's a good idea too. Kind of a hybrid.
You know, if the forum section can be tightened up so it's not overly long, maybe fewer questions, or don't read every question to every candidate, but
Yeah,
maybe that's one way that would work.
yeah. Maybe it's just an opening statement. The second one's an opening statement, and then just let everybody have a
Well,
agree.
have the forum with questions, but just shorter questions, and just condense it a little bit somehow.
Well, I think the gentleman that just started interrupting and just started talking was very frustrated because in the past, as you guys know, I mean, people would just write down their questions, or they could come up to the podium and ask questions. And that is kind of that has been difficult, I think, in the past to manage a little bit as a committee, because I want to be honest. I mean, I don't think we should say, yeah, Rob, come on up to the podium, and you know, you come up, and I come up and I say something like, have you ever filed for bankruptcy? I mean, you know, it's just not appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
But anyway,
Well, by having it scripted out, you know, the questions are going to be appropriate to what the agenda is. And also, as we know, you hand somebody a microphone and people get awfully long-winded.
yeah.
I remember some of those board meetings that would last until midnight.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I like what you guys are suggesting. That's good, and that's more time for people to, because the people are need to be informed so they can make a good decision on who they want to vote for. All we're trying to do is give people the opportunity to become informed, and we want everybody to vote, and that their votes be counted. Which, by the way, Michael, you've been answering questions that people are, you know, people are concerned about maybe their ballot or whatnot. And I know you've been weighing in and helping people to understand what their options are this late into the game. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was going to suggest that we send out another blurb of basically, if you don't have your ballot, you should plan on coming Saturday morning to get a paper ballot, because the deadlines are all gone for replacement ballot or e-voting, because
Yeah.
you can't get on the roll fast enough now.
yeah, no, it's too late now.
And so the best, you know, your last shot at voting is coming in and getting a Saturday morning ballot. You can't use
Right.
the one that you got mailed, because I had to unfortunately tell Chris Weitzel's daughter, you can't cast that vote. That's a mail-in ballot.
Well,
And
there's a
really
subject
bad
for a
about it.
Friday e-blast.
Huh?
There's a topic for a Friday e-blast.
Yeah.
If not sooner.
Just that the final thing of, you know, now all you have left is Saturday morning, and that's vote, come in early and vote between 9 and 12:30, or
Yeah.
get a ballot and go up on the floor and vote from the floor.
Yeah.
Let's put that. I can put that. Because I'm really trying to get a meeting with those with the proper staff. So I'll put that verbiage together and
Yeah.
send it out. That'll be an action item for Rob.
So Saturday morning, Unilect will officially start the counting at 9:30. Is that?
Well, kind of. There's a bunch of stuff that they have to do.
No, I understand. Because they
Yeah.
usually arrive by 8.
It'll be the actual voting or counting of those paper ballots isn't more till like 10:30 or so.
Oh, okay.
Because by the time everything gets open and they check their lists, and
Yeah.
it's amazing that the machine that counts is so accurate and quick that
Yeah.
that won't be till 10:30 or so.
Oh, yeah, because there's an hour, whatever, of opening all the envelopes,
Yeah.
separating them.
And then there's the small remainder of what Michael and Catherine will have out there on their
Right.
table. That's a good question. And then on Friday, when we pull those final ballots out of the ballot box at 4:30, we should take make sure that the gun cases are down there at the multi-purpose room in
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Okay.
So I will be there Friday at 4:30. Is anybody else going to plan on
I
being
can't
there?
be there.
I know you won't be there. You already
I'll be
said.
there. I'll be there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're covered. And I know, I don't think Spencer will be there, but somebody will.
Somebody will be.
Is that correct, Spencer? Okay, I thought
The ballot room.
yeah, for the
Oh, yeah.
Friday
There'll be
afternoon.
somebody there because I'll be upstairs running the main thing.
Oh, no, Spencer, we're talking about
Friday.
Friday, pulling the last ballots from our ballot box.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I misheard. Yeah, I can be there.
Oh, okay. For some reason,
Perfect.
I thought maybe you weren't going to be there, but somebody will be there.
Yeah. No, those are good questions.
Okay.
I think we've had a pretty good debrief on the forums, and I agree. More people having an opportunity to talk to the candidates, less having a chair asking the questions. More of an interviews like that. I agree. I'll leave it with this. I thought it made me feel really good to see community members around the table talking to the candidates, and it really became a discussion of 3 or 4 people with the candidate, and it was interesting.
Yeah, that was good.
At least one of them told me that she learned some things from the community members too, so that was good. Okay, the last thing is and I sent an email about this. So after the AGM, immediately after it, Spencer will be kicking off a organizational meeting for us. That will be a separate Zoomed meeting from the board's organizational meeting. And I have submitted an agenda for it. It's very straightforward. It's, we roll call, we approve the agenda, we elect our chair and our secretary. So that's going to be at right after the AGM. When we've completed our meeting, then we'll immediately go over and the board will start theirs, where our chair will kick off the meeting. There's a whole script. I actually have it here with me in paper for them. Where the NE chair starts that organizational meeting and the board elects their president. Once that president's been elected, that organizational meeting is handed off to that new president, and then they follow they have their meeting at that point. So all of us can stay for that portion, or we can leave. The main thing is we need a quorum. Really, we need everybody at that.
We are a quorum.
Yeah, but I mean, we just need everybody there. We'll elect our chair and our and our
And
secretary.
we have to certify the election, right?
We will
Yep.
certify the election, and that needs,
Is that in the organizational meeting?
no,
No.
the certification, there's a lot of documentation that occurs prior to the certification. The certification is technically done by the board on the meeting of November 13th. Gives us 12 days to do it. It would be good for us to have a special meeting for us to recommend approval. And then we would take that to the board recommending our approval. So there'll be things in the cert, like objective evidence of the mailings to the foreign members, objective evidence of mailings to the US folks. There'll be some kind of objective evidence about the e-ballots that were sent. And then it's just a tally of so many ballots were sent, so many were returned. Here's how we counted them. It's even got things in there like where if we said a ballot was an invalid ballot, we would account for that too. I think there
Well,
was
that's
one
all
question.
done at the end of the AGM.
No, that's done by Unilect giving us some they give us a sheet, a certification sheet. There's other things that we need to put together to certify the election for the board. They need that.
Okay.
They need that objective evidence that I've described.
But that happens at a
Michael, I know what
later
you're
date.
saying, that it's certified by them, but there's other information that they send us when they get home.
Yeah, I've got a copy.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I have a copy of it.
Yeah. So yeah, so do I from last year. In fact, what I'll do is I'll send you guys the what the board certified last year, and you'll see Unilect's certification they hand us on when the counting's done. And then you'll see all the other stuff that I had to put together for the board to approve.
Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks.
Yeah, all right. So that's what we got. Anything for the good of the order? No?
Go
All
Blue
right.
Jays.
Well, go Blue Jays. I don't know, man. I think I'm a Dodger fan actually, but
They're losing.
all right. Well, we are adjourned at 7:03, and I will see some of you at the ballot box, some of you on Saturday morning at 9 down in the counting room.
Yep. Be there or be square.
Now,
Bye, guys.
Saturday morning, we're supposed to be there at 9.
At 9.
Okay.
Okay.